Boom, I just hit it. We're fucking flying.
It's been like a random.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Are you really
Supposedly
singing
we're
Jane's Addiction?
I guess he is. All right. Jesus Christ.
Somebody had to do it.
Nobody had to do shit, bro. On this episode of the Red Eye Report, we're going to talk about a corrupt African dictator. We're going to make fun of Ashtray because, you know, he's stoned as fuck. And we're going to have a little fun. Teddy can write an intro, so this is going to be one of those Ashtray-ass intros. So because he set the bar so fucking low.
That's right. You can get away with anything.
I think it's
You're
good.
welcome.
Just moon us and it'll be better.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
excuse me while I whip this out.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Make sure
I
some
could use
poop
that in
comes
a-
out of that too.
Yeah.
Just look like what that
Just a
fucking
little rabbit turd. Just pop.
Robert Mapplethorpe, where he did that fucking shit. He like just put things in his butt and took pictures of it, and all of a sudden he was like a
Nobody
No
cares. Shut up,
idea
shut
what
up,
you
shut up,
knew.
shut up,
Move
shut
on.
up. God
Yeah, let's
damn
move
it,
on.
Ashtray.
That's fucked up.
Fuck. Jesus. Do we
True story.
We've got
True story.
we've got Ashtray here who wants to push it up people's ass. We got Oracle who's sleepy, and we got Mystic who's cranky. And I'm Teddy.
I ain't cranky. I'm just sad.
You're fucking cranky. We're gonna start it off like we always do with our pause for the cause.
Weekly benefit event for the Dane County Humane Society.
Oh yeah, the daintiest of them.
And
Which pet?
yeah, which pet?
I think his
Twinkie.
name. Twinkie.
Twinkie.
Twinkie the Marmaduke.
Marmaduke.
I don't even know
All
what a Marmaduke is, but it sounds cute.
Is
I
that
don't think it's anything. I think it's the name of a dog.
name
It's
of
name
a
of a dog.
comic book dog?
Yeah.
Comic book Great Dane.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's actually-
Marmaduke's really anything.
Yeah, it's not anything.
Twinkie the Great Dane.
We think Twinkie is a gazelle, an obese gazelle that escaped.
Right. With two left hoofs.
All right. So, awesome. Get into the show. This week, we're gonna be talking about President Robert Mugabe. I originally wanted to do my show on the hyperinflation of Zimbabwe because it got crazy. But then as I started learning why,
I just saying the name.
Oh.
It's fun. Zimbabwe.
Oh yeah, we're getting some fun African words here.
Don't have too much fun, or people think you're doing it because you're racist.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you're right.
But after learning about why they got to that point and the guy who got him there, I had to change the show to fucking to Zimbabwe's shitty 37-year president because he stayed in power for 37 years.
37 years.
Yeah, 4 years shy of the African record.
And who's
go
held? Who's? Let me guess. That's held by
I actually didn't look it up.
Idi Amin Dada.
Xerxes.
Is that who held it?
He's from the.
I don't know.
From the fucking
From ancient Egypt.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right, so before it was Zimbabwe, it was Rhodesia. It's a country just north of South Africa. That was a self-governed colony from Britain. around 1960s, it was a minority ruled. Also, it was about 250,000 whites to about 6 million Rhodesian black people. They wanted to be independent, and Britain said, "Fuck it, sure. You know what? Have your independence. Go ahead and have it." But the thing was, Britain had instituted something. It was called I'm thinking the acronym. No independence without majority rule. And this is because this is during the like I said, the 1960s. This is when all these other countries are pulling out of Africa, kind of letting them be on their own. The white minority of Rhodesia did not want the black people to be in power, mainly because they didn't like black people. Also,
Because they were the ones in power.
Yeah.
also, when other countries, all these other countries started pulling out, and Britain started pulling out other colonies, once black people took power, they were not nice to the white people that remained. I mean, for good reason.
Right?
So Rhodesia,
spitting their salads.
white folks said, "Fuck it, we're gonna go ahead and declare independence anyway." Angered Britain, angered some other countries, and they weren't recognized as a real country. This sparked a huge civil war. In this civil war, there were three parties. There were the white minority. There were the Zapu. Oh shit, wrong page. Sorry.
Zapu.
The
Yeah.
Zimbabwe African Nationalist Union. I'm thinking.
Don't offend them.
I'm trying not to. Okay,
We got a
Zimbabwe
bobsled team.
African National Union, what it was called, and then the third part, the third group in this was the Zimbabwe African Patriot Union. Now, so those are both the two black organizations. The ZANU was run by President Mugabe, who isn't president yet. He ran that. So after all this fighting, Britain, in around 1979, Britain and South Africa got the all three parties to sit down and come to an agreement. And that's when they had an election. President Mugabe was not, well, he was elected prime minister first. Elected
Like
prime
you
minister.
do.
Yeah, first black prime minister. And that's how he came to power. During this, what helped him become the prime minister is he was the face of that national union. So he didn't actually help in any fighting or anything. But he was the face with all the propaganda and things. So that's what people saw. Holy shit. He became president in 19. Sorry, I keep saying president because the shit he does next. He became prime minister in 1980.
He labeled himself.
Well, he does label himself here. So as soon as he takes power, what he does is he starts getting rid of his enemies.
What you do?
Yeah, the Zimbabwe African Patriotic Union was one of his main enemies. So in something called the Gukurahundi, he really went after these people. This took place in the Mapplethorpe land section of Zimbabwe, which is like the southeast. From 1982 to 1987, he pretty much sent his army in to clear these people out. It was a genocide. The numbers say the numbers are kind of vague, but at least 20,000 and as many as 80,000 were killed in those 5 years.
Yeah, that's a spot.
So in 1987, the People's Union, the one he was going after, the leader that was like, hey, we got to stop all this fighting and shit. And so what? What Mugabe did, his name is Robert, so I'm gonna call him Robbie from now on because that's what I was doing in my head all day. So what he decides to do is consolidate power, because he calls for a new parliament. He consolidates his power, and he just absorbs that group that he was just fucking up. And so they now have a majority in the fucking in the parliament. He gets a voting. He gets the votes to get rid of the prime minister office and merge it with the presidency office, because at the time the prime minister was over the it was the head of state, and the president was head of government. So he consolidated those, and he became head of the armed forces. So he was his own fucking. He was just
Commander in chief
on his way to do some bad shit. Let me go to my fucking. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to about 1998. In 1998, the Congolese War comes out. Happens, a civil war, and because he's an ally, he sends 12,000 troops up there with him. This was about around 98, 97, 98. They stay for about 2 years, and he brings his soldiers back. At this time, he needs to pay his soldiers, but he doesn't have the money to pay his soldiers. So what he decides to do is just start printing money to pay his soldiers. Around the same time, he's upset because when in 1980, when they did the whole little thing to be independent, they were supposed to get the farmland back from the white farmers. It was a buyback program. We'll reimburse you for it.
All right.
Zimbabwe has about
send in this coupon and you will
Right.
get it. No address.
Zimbabwe has a lot of farmland. Well, they had a lot of farmland. The country is at about 40 million hectares, and about 30 of that is set up for agriculture. Yeah, hectares. Yeah, is that hectares? Okay.
I think it's called hectares.
Is it hectares? Okay. From 1980 to 2000, guess how much farmland they're allowed to, they bought back in hectares. Anybody guess?
Well,
Nope.
42,000.
No, just 3 million.
3
Damn.
million.
Okay.
3 million out of 40. I mean, out of 30.
Oh, 3 million out of 30. Okay.
Yeah. So old President Robbie said, "Hey, why don't you all go get this
What the
land back from
shit?
these guys?" So he started taking this land back. And so for the next 2 or 3 years, he okayed citizens going in and chasing off the white farmers or getting the land back. And then he did a land redistribution. He distributed the land back to about 300,000 Zimbabwean families. But he also saved a lot of it to give to his little cronies that were helping him out, which ended up hurting the economy. One, because he was still printing money from when they brought his soldiers back, and also the farmland, the people he gave it to either didn't know how to work it, didn't have the resources to work it, and so from 2000 to 2008, their agricultural output went down by, it was like more than 50%.
Oh, ouch.
wow.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And with him printing all that money,
Oops.
oops. So he's still printing money because he's in debt, and he's using this money to pay off. He uses Zimbabwean dollars to pay other countries.
And then worse shit.
You poor fool. You realize only the United States can do that? Because we're the fucking world reserve currency. We can keep printing shit. People still buy it.
I mean, yeah. So food is scarce. Prices are going up, and then you get to the hyperinflation section. So we're gonna go to, let's see. In 2001 is really when it really started to jump up. It hit 112%. 2002 that doubled to 119%, and in 2003 that doubled to 600%. Okay, so
shit.
yeah, and it just keeps going up more and more, and he keeps printing money. He doesn't stop printing money. And I believe it's in 2005 that the Reserve Bank, they just stopped reporting the inflation rate to the rest of the world. Mainly, and that's because, and this is because they were still using Zimbabwe dollars to pay the rest of the world off of their debts.
Well, no one was at that point. The rest of the world was like, we don't give a shit. Like it's
right,
nothing.
exactly, yeah. But
so they're like pissing in the wind with printing money.
Right, but to him it was worth something, because if a note's worth 50 cents, even though it says $1,000, but it's worth 50 cents, that's still he's still printing out 50 cents. It's gonna take a lot of 50 cents to fill it up. So with his inflation, he doesn't stop printing money. He doesn't try to put more value behind his money. What he does is outlaw people using any other currency. So you have to use Zimbabwean dollars, and he outlaws inflation. He puts in a price freeze. He puts in a price freeze, and that really even hurt the economy more. I think the price freeze went into effect in 2007 or 2008. He actually ended up putting some people in jail because in 2007, the rate was 600. In 2008, the rate was estimated at 79,600,000% per month, with a year-over inflation rate reaching 89.76 trillion%. Which meant that $1 was equivalent to 2.6 billion.
What?
Zimbabwean dollars.
Yeah. All right.
So
I hate to interrupt, but did we lose our live feed? Mine just fucking stalled out. Sons of bitches.
It might have on Facebook. I had to reconnect.
All right. So we're still live, at least recording.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Fuck you, Facebook. The only place people watch us.
Okay. So price freeze. The price freeze, because of that exorbitant rate of inflation, the price was changing per day. So if, like, when you went to the store in the morning, bread might be a loaf of bread would be $500 million, but at the end of the day, that loaf of bread would be like 10 times as much. So this led to people sleeping outside banks to withdraw money, because you had to have, at the time, their biggest bill was like a $100 bill. And if you're buying loaves of bread and shit for millions of dollars, you're gonna get a shit ton of $100 bills. So if you could, Oracle, pull up those pictures,
shit ton
of people going shopping with wheelbarrows full of money.
See the feed.
Wow.
Yeah. There was around this time.
It's a lot.
It's a shit ton. I mean, you can Google it yourself. Just wheelbarrows full of money in Zimbabwe. There was a what do you call it? Around this time, the world starts to notice that shit's getting crazy over there with the inflation. So there's a lot of interviews of people with these wheelbarrows, and one of the interviews went, "Aren't you afraid that somebody will come and take your bundle of money?" And the guy's like, "No, I'm worried."
Damn right.
He's like, "No, the money ain't worth shit. I'm worried they'll take the wheelbarrow. It's worth more than the money I have."
Right?
So because people couldn't go shopping with wheelbarrows full of money. What did old Robbie decide to do? He decided to print bigger bills. He went to $100 million bill. He went to $100 billion bill.
Some zeros on there.
And then he went to $100 trillion bill.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Which is, and what's funny is they were saying that as he's raising up these bill denominations, they weren't really printing their own money. They were getting it from Germany, and it cost them $500,000 to get money from Germany, $500 US.
Yeah.
But by the time whatever they printed, by the time it got back over to their country, it was even worth even less. So.
Because I imagine they're always like trying to exchange to a more stable currency because it's going to be more trusted by everyone, and then in doing that, it still loses value by the time you get back.
He actually created a black market for what do you call it when you exchange money? Exchanges. He put two bakers in jail because of the price hike. They raised the price of their bread, so he put the CEOs in jail. He did it with a few other countries too, and it caused a lot of companies to go out of business because the production cost was a lot higher than what they were making off of it. So people started using these black market exchanges, but it was so crazy that they said a bus ride in the morning cost you about $10 million, which is like a week's wages. But if you had to catch the bus at night, the rate got up so high that it would be $100 million by that time.
That's so crazy. Like, how do you even? I at that point, God, I would just feel so fucking upset at
that
everything.
Point, I'm moving to South Africa.
Right? Like, what the fuck? I'm not playing this game, man.
Right, exactly. Like, or just give me a debit card. What are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just swipe a card. What? I mean, if it costs $18 million to fucking go shopping.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say a lot of Asian countries now, they don't even use credit or debit cards. Everything is just kind of like through their smartphone.
WeChat.
Yeah. This happened kind of pioneered like a whole bunch of pay services over in Africa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, where was it? Hyperinflation, blah blah. Back alley things. And so unemployment skyrocketed to 80% in Zimbabwe between like 2004 and 2008, or 2001, really, 2008. 80% because like I said, you be at work on Monday, and by the time you got paid on Friday, it wasn't worth shit.
What the fuck?
Which is
oh my God.
Yeah. So that caused, it caused a lot of banks couldn't give out loans because nobody could, it pretty much stopped all kind of development and shit. And when he first became president, he became popular because he put a lot of money into schools and healthcare and things for the people. So that a lot of these kids in the 80s and stuff, when he came to power, they're now adults and things, and they were coming out of the education system, and there were no jobs for them to work. So it was just bad. So a lot of people lost their homes, and they started setting up little shanty towns. If you go to, did I put this in the thing? Let me look and see if I have it.
Hell no.
Look at it. Boom. Oh, the last
little shanty towns. They call them Hoovervilles.
Yeah, they didn't call them Hoovervilles. So if you go to the last Operation Murambatsvina.
Mm-hmm.
This is Operation Murambatsvina. Is also it was translated to move the rubbish.
Move the rubbish. Damn, so that was an aerial view of an encampment, basically.
Okay, the first one. If you go to the overview section, the first one is the encampment, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a
and this
little
is one
city.
So what he did, this was in 2005. Just like inflation, he outlawed it. He decided to outlaw pretty much homelessness. Like you can't just set up a shanty town somewhere. So he had the police go into all the cities.
Why didn't San Francisco think of that?
And pretty much just fuck up the shanty town. That's the second bottom picture.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like looks like they bulldoze.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like a fucking set of small tactical nuke.
Just directly impacted about 700,000 people around
700,000.
Yeah, and indirectly impacted about 2.4 million.
Damn. Because people didn't have anywhere to buy shit anymore, or what?
Well, it just uproots that
or
entire
live.
little microsystem.
Uproot people because they had to go somewhere else. Yeah.
Where the hell are you gonna live?
Also, the inflation rate is still super high. So a lot of people are reporting having to walk 5 hours a day to and from to get some work or do something.
My God.
Because a bus ride in the daytime, like I said, it was like 10 million or whatever it was at the time, and then by nighttime it'd be a shit ton more. And this is people. By this time, people are really upset with him. Yeah, like,
no shit.
Really upset with a presidential election came up in 2008, where and his. Let me go to the guy here. There was a presidential election in 2008. He ran against a Morgan Svengeri. Mr. Morgan, he declared the winner like before he declared himself the winner because he pretty much did win because people they wanted fucking Robert out. But the election officials who were Roberts actually, they said that there was no clear winner after weeks of counting. There was no clear winner, so they had to have do a re-election. During this time, Robert Mugabe, he sent out his little thugs to intimidate and pretty much harass the opposition, which resulted in Mr. Morgan Svengeri, guy he's running against, fleeing to the Dutch embassy in Zimbabwe for safety, where he conceded the race. 2013, another election comes up, and surprise, surprise, Robert Mugabe wins again.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Right. Would you vote for Mugabe or?
Oh, I forgot the shit he did. So he in 2000, while he's president, the country had a lottery and he won it. It was the country's first lottery. And he won it. It was
he won
the lottery.
He won. It was yes. This is in 2000. So the thing was, it was a bank in Zimbabwe.
Trump probably loves this dude. Yeah, Trump loves this.
He's got poster, like a big poster on his wall.
It's got a shrine.
It's like a glow in the dark, like 80s fucking a black light fucking poster.
Black light, yeah, it's like felt. The felt black light poster of Mugabe.
So this was in 2000. There was a bank in Zimbabwe. They were doing sweepstakes for people who had more than $5,000 in their account. And the winner of that sweepstakes will win.
Which is everybody?
Well, no, not in Zimbabwe.
Now in Zimbabwe.
In year 2000. Zimbabwe dollars, not American dollars. And they would win
$5,000 in their account.
Yeah, 5,000 Zimbabwe dollars.
That ain't much, so
yeah,
based on that inflation, right?
That's what I'm saying. You were just saying that.
Point.
Oh, that's right. Well, this is
billion of them is.
Well, no. This is in 2000 before the hyperinflation.
Oh,
2001. Yeah, 2001 is when it jumped up to 116%, and then it just pretty much just started doubling from there. So yeah, this is right before that actually. So he ended up. So yeah, they announced that he won. They were like, people were like, "What do you mean he won?" They announced he won. Like I tried to look up like how it did. It just said they announced that he won, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Dude,
announced that
he won.
Didn't even have like a public fucking.
Didn't even like draw a number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what the hell are the average people in this country
They're just
doing?
laughing.
Holy,
You gotta like
shit.
not either laugh or like be in a fucking rage.
Well, they were. I mean, when he took over in the '80s, they were actually the country was doing great. But two things really killed it. Is one, he started printing money to pay his army because he was going broke. And then secondly, the fucking land land buyback thing. It caused famines. And it really caused the price of food to go up and stuff. And that continued through fucking because those like I said, it dropped more than 50%. Like their crop, their farms producing like a tenth of what they used to produce like a decade ago, because these people were either incompetent, didn't know how to work the farm. In '92, one of his wives died. His first wife died, and he remarried in '96 one of his secretaries that apparently he'd been fucking since before his first wife died.
Sad chick.
Her name was Gracie.
Gracie, you tart.
He starts thinking about his successor. He's getting older. She's also 40 years younger than him. He's getting older. Starting to think about his successor and things because he's not gonna let people win a goddamn election.
Did you have any children?
Well, he had a daughter by this wife. By the
women can't run
the younger country.
One. Well, it was the people were afraid that she was going to run this one. This is around 2000 and this is in 2017. Neither one of them are loved by the country anymore. They want him out. His party's asked him to step down, resign. He won't do it. And they're thinking he ends up he fired his vice president. This chick, I can't remember her name, but he got another guy in there. Got Mugabe. This guy's fucking. These names
sounds like he just put a fake mustache on.
Yeah, he actually. It's like okay, yeah, pan left, and then it's just him with a mustache. Like to introduce my vice president.
And he hired Emerson Mngwana, another one of his fucking like old school cronies. And then he hears that he's disloyal, so he fires him and he puts his wife in a higher position in his political party. And like I said, the people don't like her because she was known by the people for having an extravagant spending life.
Right. She was using wheelbarrow dump trucks full of money.
She was nicknamed Gucci Gracie.
Gucci Gracie.
Gracie. And her trips. Yeah, they
didn't
like her.
Slut.
And neither did the military.
Netflix should do a documentary about this.
Right?
Oh, there's plenty of videos on this shit. It's fucking crazy. So in November 2017, he fires a second vice president and puts his wife in a high position. So people are thinking he's going to say he's going to pass it to her, which people don't like her. So the military actually drives tanks into the capital of Harare, and gets him and pretty much locks him away.
Slaps him around a little.
They don't
call that a coup d'etat.
It is a coup d'etat. The military goes on. They hijack the state-run television, and there's like a 5-minute thing about a little video you can watch of them saying this is not a military coup. The military doesn't want to take power, and blah 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 blah. And they were actually kind of right. What the military did was install Emerson Mngwana. Fucking African names, dog. Got some tongue work to it. They did, they did, yeah.
You're allowed to say that.
You're right. So Teddy is our Africa critic.
I am. I can be. And he was ousted in 2017. He lived at the ripe old age of 2019. Right. I'm sorry. He lived in 2019 where he died at the ripe old age of 95.
95.
Damn.
95. Man. Yeah. So on the hyperinflation, in 2018, I believe, Zimbabwe decided to go away from the Zimbabwean dollar. They were like, we're going to use other currencies, and inflation started dropping. And then but then these motherfuckers say, we're going to reinstate a new fucking Zimbabwean dollar. And in June 20. And in June of 20, I think it was.
Surprise.
June of 2021, inflation was back up at like 600-700%.
Oh God.
Fucking idiots.
So yeah.
I mean, but there wasn't this whole time that this was going on. Was there like massive violence in Zimbabwe?
I say like,
I didn't read about I didn't read about any massive. I mean, there probably was because he was known for strong arming the opposition.
Yeah,
was it just like his army kept the uprising quelled?
That first the Gukurahundi Genocide, where 20 to 80,000 people were killed, that was against political opposition. The second time, where what's it called, Operation Clean the Filth Away, whatever it was, that was also against that was in 2005, and that was also against the population that he had hurt, and he knew they were going to vote against him. So a lot of people think
the filth away.
Well, no,
did Trump call his when he was fucking
the actual name
first time?
The actual name was it translates to move. It's an Operation Murambatsvina, and it translates to move the rubbish.
Move the rubbish. No, drain the swamp. That's what Trump's was.
Drain the swamp. But he was known for strong army people, so I didn't read up on any. It didn't mention any. I mean, there were marches and things for him to like resign, especially after 2008, 2009. With him and his wife taking trips and spending money. They had a 24-bedroom house. That's what.
Damn.
That's what he was.
That's fucking hotel.
When the military came and got him from the Capitol buildings, they confined him and his wife to their 24-bedroom house.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like the Zimbabwean people are
bedrooms, and I can't get away from you.
Are really nice people, because if this shit would happen in the U.S., like any of these things, I feel like I feel like there would be
that, or was the army
like
heavy-handed?
They tried storming it when fucking some dipshit lost an election. Like,
right.
Imagine if we were paying $2.6 billion for a fucking loaf of bread and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think things would fall apart pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this
was only the second worst. This is only the second worst fucking case of inflation in the in history. The first and worst case was in post World War II Hungary.
Oh really?
Yeah. And for 1 year, from like July to August, 1 year, inflation got super high. It rose at a rate of 3 times 1,000 and something. I don't know what that fucking means, but to break it down in layman's terms, I looked it up a different way.
3,000.
It was no, it wasn't 1,000. When they in August, when it was finally over, and they had a new currency to exchange. The exchange rate was 400 octillion to 1.
Damn.
Octillion.
Yeah.
That's a lot of tillions.
That's a lot of fucking tillions. I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers making up numbers just so they can get some money.
Right.
We still got to count it.
Buck with me and get some money.
By the way, this has nothing to do with money at all. But the new thing to do at work is to take old 90s songs, take the lyrics to them, translate them into Aramaic on Google Translate, and then back into English from Aramaic, and they're fucking hilarious.
What?
Like you take like Smash Mouth, Smash Mouth, and it's like that line where he says she put her fingers in the shape of an L on her forehead. Translated from Aramaic is she put her fingers in the shape of a Greek gamma on the top of her head. It's like completely different. It's fucking funny as shit, dude. Just take the lyrics to a song, translate it into Aramaic or any other language, really, like that. Any like fucking whatever, some Indian language, and then do it back into English, and they're fucking funny as shit.
You guys have some weird
got
ass.
Time to lean, got time to clean.
We got time, dude. I seriously, I figured it out today. Or not today, but I figured it out the other day. I'm there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I shit you not. The amount of work that I do, I can do in an hour and a half. It's about 45 minutes per show that I actually really work. Rest of the time, I watch YouTube and
translate Smash Mouth to Aramaic.
Get that money, man. Get that money.
That's time well spent. Any other questions on this inflation or anything else about Zimbabwe before we move on, fellas?
So, how are they doing today? Do you know?
How's the old Zimbabwe doing now?
Yeah.
I want to look up. Let's see. Let's look up Zimbabwe inflation today.
Zimbabwe. Well, how about that? Way to go, Zimbabwe. A little slow clap.
Can you break it down?
Well, it looks like, I don't know. They're not
food. Okay. As of December, inflation rate year over year, 230%. So they brought it down.
Oh, yeah.
As of January 2023. So yeah.
There you go. There you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Way to bring her down there, Zimbabwe.
There was one who said unto me that the universe was going to cause me tremble, that I am not the sharpest cutting implement in the storehouse. She had the appearance unto me as the stupid one, with her finger and her thumb in the frame of a Greek gamma upon her.
Awesome. Moving on.
So basically what you're telling me is the Bible was actually a bunch of bored people translating fucking Smash Mouth.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's our show on Zimbabwe and that shitty fucking president. We're moving on to the what's sexy part of the show. We're going to start off with Oracle with Mafia Definitive Edition.
Yep. This has been out for a few years. So Mafia came out.
Videos, or it doesn't exist.
Mafia came out originally, I think it was before GTA 3.
Oh, boy, I don't know.
It was right around that time. But
yeah, Mafia's an old game, yeah.
Yeah, so I remember playing this when it first came out and being pretty excited about it. Open world game set in gangster fucking New York kind of thing. It's a really well crafted story. And yeah, you're driving around.
Remake of the old.
So it's a remake, and what they did is, of course, the graphics are completely updated.
Terrible.
But they also updated the gameplay as well. So
okay.
Just like pickups and things like that, you know, they kind of gave it a little bit more modernized controls and shit. And it's really fucking good. It totally holds up. It's when you have the gunfights and stuff, they definitely updated like the animations and stuff. When you're shooting guys, there's like location damage and like how they react to that. And it's for like actually a story, like a story-driven game. It's very much heavier on that than like a GTA would be. You kind of have like these episodic kind of things, like, you know, we're going for the money
open
pickup.
World, or only somewhat open world at certain times, kind of thing.
It's full, but you're strongly, guided. Along the way, but you could go. It's just not necessarily. There isn't necessarily a motivation to go off and fuck with shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a full world. It's pretty fucking cool. Cool worlds. They redid this. I think they redid the second one, which the second one was a great game. I think I'll go back to that. And then 3, I wanted to like 3, but it was janky as shit.
It was just janky as shit, yeah.
Yeah. But this is good. Definitive Edition. Mafia. Check it out.
Check it out. Next up is Mystic with Coworkers.
All right, so Friday night, 11:33 p.m. You guys know what Microsoft Teams is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I get this message. I'm going to put it in the Facebook thing. from one of my executive producers, Sarah. I don't think it was meant for me. And she was obviously fucking hammered as shit. Because it says, "Are you prepared / award anything else to lead to Fondle?" So I'm like, what? So I text a couple other people from work and I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? You know? And they're like, well, I don't know, man. Like, obviously she's hammered. So I sent this. This is my response. This is the next picture. And she still hasn't said anything. She's just like at work and like it's just a normal week. Like she just talks to me like none of this happened.
She wants to wipe it under the rug, bro. She deleted it off her phone.
Yeah, it's like
she looks at your phone. You look at.
She's like, don't ask, don't tell.
But I want to know who it was meant for. How do you fuck it up that bad? First off, if it was meant for somebody on Teams, that means they work with us. And if it was meant for somebody that isn't
came
on
over
Teams,
your cell phone or it came through your Teams chat?
Teams chat, but it came on my
through
cell
your
phone.
Work
I have it on my phone
Teams
too.
Chat?
Yes,
That's
my
hilarious.
work Teams chat.
Yeah.
You ready to
So like,
fondle?
who the fuck was she trying to fucking text?
She wants to fondle, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
she wants that award. Give her that award to fondle.
Rub your boot.
I'm gonna call my penis the award from that one.
Man.
So, have you asked her?
No, I didn't say anything. That's weird. I'm not gonna fucking.
Now, is she senior or just kind of like?
She's an EP. She's an executive producer. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a manager.
I mean, the thing about Teams is it saves your fucking conversations.
Right. So when I was texting those other dudes, the sports guys.
Yeah. So did you share the screenshots to them?
Yeah, I said I don't think I'm gonna respond. I'm assuming it was meant for someone else. And Scott, this guy said, I mean, you can't know for sure if it isn't for you unless you respond. And then Kevin goes, and what if someone or something is ready to be led to Fondle? Oh my God. Dude, it's just like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
Anyway.
What's she look like?
She's not super ugly.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
She's not super ugly.
I was single.
She's like a dim light, you know?
I was single.
Not a full darkness.
Buffalo, New York. Just keep
Lead
that.
to Fondle. Lead to Fondle.
That Fondle, get that award Fondle on.
We can make a T-shirt line that says "Lead to Fondle."
Sounds like a Christian band name or something.
Yeah, right. Lead to Fondle.
All right. Fucking drunk coworkers. Next up is me with Hogwarts Legacy, House Hufflepuff, bitch. The game is fucking awesome. Roll it, beautiful beat footage. This is just a trailer. I don't have any footage to be playing. I just got my broom and a house requirement. I do love the graphics are great. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you're gonna love this fucking game.
I don't know how to
if you don't have to be a Harry Potter fan to like it. It is a. It is a. It's got a great story. The combat is actually awesome. One of my biggest gripes is in the corner you have 4 little diamonds. Those are your spells. You can only hold 4 at a time. As you level up, you can have more tiles, so you can switch to on the fly. I wish there was kind of more of a like a Diablo type way to do that kind of stuff. I thought that would have went better. But yeah, the game's fucking great. Check it out. I am loving the fact that that people are they're wanting to cancel this game and say if you play this game then you're a transphobe or whatever.
Oh my God.
I say fine, fuck them tranny motherfuckers. I'm playing this goddamn game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fucking shit. It ain't gonna hurt the sales.
There was someone posting in the Madison subreddit.
It's breaking sales records.
This is how reach that narrative is that there's a post in the Madison subreddit where someone's asking, are there any local trans organizations I could donate $60 to? Because I really want to. This is a legit, like, I'm going to buy the new Hogwarts game, but I also want to donate. It's like,
oh my God.
What?
It's like, it's like
pay the tax.
Yes. I am going to spend the same amount of money for trans. It's so fucking ridiculous.
So it broke a Twitch record because there are prominent streamers there who are like, I don't want to play this game because I don't want to get bullied. And so other people are like, yeah, fuck that. And so it's been breaking streamer.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll play that motherfucker. Yeah.
Gonna just give it more attention.
Me? I come to your house and punch you in your fucking dick.
I just find it weird that these people, it's like they changed the name of Quidditch, the little crazy white people to run around with sticks between their legs to play their former Quidditch. They changed the name to something else because
what's wrong with Quidditch?
Well, because it's from the book and they want to get away from the books because of the stuff she said.
So so
she didn't even really say anything.
Yeah,
to them she did. To them she did.
She just had this like hard line fucking.
Oh, I know. Look.
Like whatever. What the fuck, man? Like people are so fucking stupid.
Right.
They are. Yes.
And at a certain point, somebody in the room just has to say, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
You're right.
Like,
you know what? I'm sure there'll also be some. There are going to be some trans Harry Potter fans who be like, I don't give a fuck. I want to play.
There's supposedly a trans character in the game.
They throw a bone for him.
It's a fucking ugly ass chick that sounds like a dude. Is pretty much what it is.
And this phone, my phone is just listening to me hardcore. First thing that pops up: Hogwarts Legacy game comes out amid online debate. What are they going to do? Just not release their game because some
right.
Gonna get all the more sales. It's perfect.
Tranny fucktard wants to fucking be all cunty about it. Fuck off. Fuck out of here. Go get your dick chopped off and shut the fuck up.
Put one
Goddamn right.
Lead Fondle. Go lead Fondle, you fucking dumb bitch.
Go lead the Fondle something.
Lead the Fondle something. All right. Next up is Ashtray. Finally got my skate on.
Lead to Fondle. Yeah, so I feel like it's the last like 5 or 6 years talking about how Tenny Park here in Madison is just blocks away from my apartment. I should go ice skating. Well, year after year, it's like you finally get a weekend where you're free or whatever, and it's like the global warming has literally made the like freezing points so few and far between that I finally made myself go out this last Saturday. Ice skate, did not fucking biff it. But I'm glad I just did it 1 hour because you could tell by the end of that hour, as you start to get fatigued, like your balance is like it's real fucking sloppy.
Have you ever ice skated before?
This is it's my first time since high school.
Oh, okay.
But like in the last couple of years, I've gone like quad roller skating at the skating rink. So like I, still knew like I could keep basic kind of balance, but I'm glad I went with the fucking hockey skates because.
Yeah, you gotta have those blades, those flat ones. Don't fucking cut it.
Yeah, those flat like fucking figure skater blades on the natural lake. You can't fucking handle that shit. It's like.
So what's the difference between hockey skates and?
It's kind of like a small, like slight arch.
Like arch, yeah.
Oh.
For the,
and I believe figure skates are kind of concave. I think.
Oh.
On the bottom of the blade. The hockey skates are
so they can dig in the toe. They have a toe pick.
Yeah, you have a toe pick
they
you
can
can
do
stop
those
with.
fucking axles and shit.
And I mean, you have a little more stability, like forward and backward, because it's like a flat blade. But when you're on that natural fucking lake, and you get the like slight melts, and there's like they do try to like
uneven. It's not contour.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, finally fucking did it.
Yeah,
Damn.
my kids go to the fucking pet it. Not all the time, but all the time.
Of course, it was like the last perfect weekend because it's busy as fuck. It probably took me 30, 40 minutes before I finally got skates.
Damn.
Yeah.
All that weight on it, I'm good. I
had to at least check it off. It's one of those things I've been like talking about doing, and the fucking weather has gotten my way, and now it's already sloppy, slushy out.
Yeah, hypothermia is real, bro. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. Just something about like I've just
something about ice skating.
Just been over the natural lake and stuff frozen. I'm not. Yeah, hypothermia is quick, is real. I'm good.
Yeah. Moving on. Like in an ice rink. That's
well, Tenny Park is like
center. That's where
it's
my
like
kids
a little
go. It's like
park
indoors
in
and shit.
Madison.
This is a little park pond, kind of like Tenny Park is.
It's
So
not like a big
probably
yeah,
like
the
2 feet deep.
Or
I thought you were talking about fucking like.
No, not the big lake. This is one of the actual. The thing is, this park has literally been 3 blocks from my house. This entire.
I fell through. My ankle's wet, man.
So I keep saying like it's so close. I got to do it. Finally got it done.
Finally got it done. All right. We're gonna move on to the fuck would you think portion of the show where we say fuck you and you're gonna fucking take it. We're gonna start with Oracle with terrible chicken tenders. I mean, they gotta have to. It's our fucking show.
So I fucking today after work, I was like, son of a bitch, I'm fucking tired as fuck. But I want to eat something because I just eat my evening meal. So I'm like, okay, let me stop at Quick Trip. I'm gonna get something from there.
Is that a gas station?
Yeah, it's like
that's your mistake right there. Gas station food.
Yeah, but Quick Trip, they are like the one stop everything. Yeah. People get their groceries
I work
from this
there. They actually do make they make the food in the back, and it isn't like pre-frozen shit. Like they make the burgers back there and shit.
Yeah. So I go in there. It's
actually decent gas station.
It's decent gas station food. So I go in there, and there's this lady. She's like, "You want to try some chicken tenders?
Right? Would you like a better claw?"
I'm like, "Well, yeah, I don't need a sample, but I did want to get some food, and they were on sale. So it was like $3.99 for fucking 3-piece. So I'm like, okay, great. These look good. They look like fucking chicken tenders should look, like KFC, whatever. I get those. Go out on the road, get myself some ranch dipping sauce, some honey mustard, and I start driving home. I've got about like a 50-minute commute. So I'm fucking stuffing my face with these chicken tenders. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, if it wasn't for this honey mustard, this wouldn't taste like anything. It's like I'm just fucking eating. Somehow this breaded chicken tastes like fucking nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like
no seasoning whatsoever.
No seasoning whatsoever. It was incredible.
Yeah, you gotta really try.
Right.
To make something that's breaded, not taste like breading, at least.
I mean, this is what I imagine, like lab-grown fucking
I literally just
chickens.
had the same 3-piece chicken tenders at the one here in Madison, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah, these
are white people. Wait, but for clarification, these are white people cooking these chicken tenders.
Oh, dude, there are black people in fucking Marshfield, Wisconsin.
There's
like 2.
Oh, black adjacent.
Well, then the dredge just has flour in it. That's it.
Yeah,
it's just flour chicken, and they deep fry it. There's no seasoning in that shit.
So it was one of these deals where I just kept on eating it because I was like, fuck, well, I don't want to just waste this money, and I need protein.
Sustenance.
So it's like I'm on a fucking Mars mission or some shit.
$4. That's a lot of money for working class folks, Teddy. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's just out of principle.
50 minutes.
Right?
Principle, man. It's $4. Fuck that. Go
out the window.
Then I have to find something else to eat.
Okay,
the roller bites are pretty
fucking
good.
Man, scavenge for your fucking food. Get something.
You ever have their roller bites? Those are pretty good.
No, I've
chicken
never
roller
had
bite things. The buffalo chicken one's good. I like those.
So, little disappointing.
Okay,
that's what it was.
Ain't that some shit?
Ain't that some shit? Moving on to Mystic. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right. I didn't put a link to this because everyone knows about it because it's Aaron Rodgers. He's an idiot. Like just a straight fucking moron. Like, I don't get it, dude. You're going to go to a darkness retreat?
Oh, that's right.
I saw
for
that.
4 days and like contemplate your future. What the fuck kind of hippie shit is this?
Oh, he does walk around with a man.
I would love to have the time to try that. That'd be a challenge.
Yeah, but you're not the fucking quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
Well,
you're supposed to be a man.
Oh,
like, men don't fucking go to darkness retreats. Are you kidding, Ashtray? You really? I mean,
yeah.
come on, dude.
Be a man.
Dude, like,
Come on.
have you ever tried to do some like serious, like fucking like real sensory deprivation shit? Like you can have some like really fucking.
I would like to try
You
that.
can naturally get like you can naturally have like kind of hallucinatory like.
Okay, are you
state
gonna do it and contemplate the future
of my football
of
career?
your career?
Course.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
so wait, okay, so this
like,
is,
dude, this
keep
is-
in mind that I'm black. I don't do this kind of white people shit.
He's
What is
got-
a dark? It's just where they just put you in like a
from what he
deprivation chamber.
describes it, yes, it's
Chamber
just a
of-
room. He just goes into a room where there's no electronics, no phone, no nothing. It's just darkness for 4 days.
Oh, he's gonna go crazy.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's kind of the point. Is you go a
Well,
little
yeah,
crazy.
that's the thing is you don't understand. Yeah, if you don't understand, like that is the like, it's basically you just go into a fucking meditative state, or you can't handle it, and you walk out.
Well, I imagine too.
It's not
I
like
thi-
he's locked in there.
yeah, I think they say that.
Is he locked in there?
No, he's not locked in there.
Oh.
It's one of those like you can leave at any moment, but like the goal is to try to get into that like meditative state from sensory deprivation.
Right. And once you like if you cut off your for the sensory deprivation whatever, when you cut off the visual input or the audio input or whatever, your brain starts making shit up. Like
Mhm.
that's where the the whatever the visions or whatever come from. I mean,
Dude,
whatever. I just
ayahuasca
hope
does the same
somebody
thing.
sneaks in there and they're like, leave the Packers, go to the fucking Jets, or go to
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, like-
Raiders.
Go
Well,
to the
I just-
Jets, yeah.
Dude, he's so just weird about everything. Like the inoculation shit,
No,
with
he's
the COVID stuff, the fucking
He was skirting
coming
around
to camp
trying
dressed
to.
like Nick Cage. Even that's weird as shit to me. Like I don't understand. Like you're a fucking quarterback, dude.
there was another guy who came dressed as the guy from 51st Dates, the brother with the fucking always wore the little halter tops and the belt.
Okay, yeah.
That was pretty funny. He was a lineman. He did that shit. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sick of hearing about Aaron Rodgers. Maybe it's because of my proximity.
Yeah.
And
to
And
the
you're not a Packers fan, so yeah.
well, with this, yeah, being in the newsroom too, you're gonna hear about every little thing that they're gonna.
Oh, absolutely, and it's fucking annoying as shit.
Yeah.
If he was
I'm just saying,
the
ayahuasca
best
could-
What's that
quarterback in the
podcast that
league,
he's the only one he goes on when he decides to talk
That's
with
the
like,
Pat McAfee. That dude's a
yeah.
fucking-
Who is that doofus? He looks kind of like a
he was the
bro.
punter for
was
the
the punter for the Colts.
for
If
years.
you want to see,
He wasn't even that good of a fucking punter. He was
no,
like
but
six
there's some
years.
good good clips of him trucking folks as a punter.
Well, he must. He's making money now. This fucking podcast.
He's got a fucking douchey personality.
All right, so
I
all
love
I'm
that.
saying here
It's like a
is
Logan Paul.
ayahuasca can do the same thing. It's a lot cheaper. Won't take 4 days.
Yeah, he already did that too. That's what
Yeah,
I
he's
did
done
he?
ayahuasca too. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and I heard something else too. You know how like he never came to training camp
mm-hmm.
fucking last year, like the voluntary ones to like work with the receivers that he had because they were all fucking basically
New.
rookies.
Yeah.
You know who did? Patrick Mahomes. The motherfucker's in the Super Bowl right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the dude, instead of going off for 4 days in the darkness, how about you fucking put some work in, you fucking bitch?
Well, and it's like
Anyway.
you got some time. You could
Okay.
do a fucking darkness retreat. Even the fucking early training starts. Bastard.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Moving on to Ashtray. Text from the past, fucking up the future. Did I get
Yeah.
that right?
So fucking co-worker who hurt his back
Take a piss, be right back.
sledding. They like pinched his like sciatic nerve.
Ooh.
Um,
That hurts.
and
Mm-hmm.
the so yeah, he's got a fucking cane. And anyways, like my bosses are going on a trip to basically like we get these texts and they're like, yep, well the VA doctor took an MRI and it says blah blah blah, 5 days recovery needed. And it's like, this is after he'd already come back to work. The thing is, like, he fell at home, and they had to call the fuck. Like, I don't know how his girlfriend couldn't help get his ass up, but they had to call the rescue squad to pick him up.
Firefighters.
Wait,
how big is he?
Shit. He's like my size, and he's
So
younger than
wait,
me.
okay, hold on. So he was sledding,
Yes,
and
sledding and hit this jump and that he couldn't see, and flew up in the air, and he fell back down, and like the back lip, that back edge of the sled, his like back fell on that, and then he
okay.
couldn't get up.
So this was at his home?
I don't. I'm not sure where it was at. Somewhere here in Madison.
It wasn't at work.
Right.
Wasn't at work. No, it was like over the weekend. So he was gone. He was out for a full week, and of course, full week when we got the new hire, we're trying to train. It's like, oh, welcome to the shit show.
The 20th new hire in 2 months.
Man, that shit fucking hurts.
I mean,
yeah, it does.
Sciatic nerve is fucking a killer.
Anyways, we get this text though, and it's like, so I like respond. I'm like, so wait, does that mean you actually can't? Because he'd just come back to work, and then it's like, it was as if he got hurt again, and it's like, so, and then like we got a question mark from him. Anyways, and then we get some more text saying like, I got this recovered, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh fuck. So my boss like cancels their flight, basically saying like we can't go on the trip because he's out again. Starts like canceling stuff before we figure out, oh, it's these text messages that he sent from the VA on Thursday. Like 4 days prior when he was in the VA, they just started coming to us now, me and my boss.
He didn't have cell phone reception?
4 days later, yeah.
Oh, so you
they were sent.
Shit,
so your boss
like
canceled their flight?
Oh, fuck, really?
Dude.
Yeah, before they figured out.
Thanks, fucking AT&T.
Yeah. It's fucking dumbass shit show. It's like, of course, from our end, it sees that like timestamped only when we got it. But on his end, if you go to the details, like you can see, oh yeah, it was sent on the 2nd.
Damn.
And it fucking came to us on the 6th.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
three of them in a row.
Oh no.
And that's the thing is like, so he was like, well, because I sent him a message like, any updates?
Sending you a fucking question mark and shit. And he's like, what do you mean?
Well, he's like, any updates? I had sent him any updates thing. The thing is, those 3 messages he had sent to us as updates, and then I, later in that day was like, any updates? And so he then like, well, replied again. He's kind of like, well, yeah, I sent you those 3 messages prior. We never got them. Fucked up. Anyways, fucking technology.
Word.
My bad. Sorry. Fucking technology. Holy shit. That was a big hit. Next up is me, Teddy, with the show C. It's an Apple Plus show. The show is actually a pretty cool concept. The premise is there's a virus that comes in the 21st century. It wipes out all but like 2 million of humanity. But from that point on, people are born blind. And so they pick up like 600 years after this, and humanity is pretty much thrive blind. And sight starts coming back to the world. There are 2 kids born that can see. There's a reason this is happening. I don't want to ruin it in case you want to watch it. It is a pretty interesting concept. It's got Jason Momoa in it. I'm on season 2, and they found a colony of people who can see. And this is my focus thing about the show.
Isn't Dave Bautista in it too?
Yeah, he's in the 2nd season. Yeah, he's in the 2nd season. They found a colony of people who can see. The people who can see keep getting their asses kicked by the blind people. I don't get it. It's getting like the first couple of times. I mean, the way they move and stuff. It was actually pretty cool. The way they have an army, the way they're taught. It's actually pretty interesting stuff. But like one chick has a bow and arrow because she can see, but she always gets caught. I'm like, why do you keep getting caught? And like they'll be fighting like hand to hand with him. I'm like, dude, he's blind. Sidestep. elbow. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like they keep
Right.
like they keep getting beat. But I'm like, and these this colony of people who can see, they have guns because the guy they have books and stuff they can read. They have guns and all that shit works. It's oh my god. But they keep getting beat. They're terrified of this little nation of blind people. And I'm like, they're blind. They can't see. I mean, like it's.
But they can smell and hear.
I get that. I get that they can. That's what they say. They can smell it. They can smell and hear. And I get that. But can you stop me from chucking a rock from 20 feet away?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I would rather have sight over probably,
I mean, but they
Right.
and that's and I'm like I said, this colony of people with sight. I'm only halfway through the season, so maybe they're. I'm hoping they're gonna use the guns. All of the people with sight are black, by the way. They found one person who was white that had sight. But all the people who are black have sight. It's kind of crazy. Or this colony of people, which I thought was pretty cool. But I'm hoping I use the guns and fuck these crackers up because there's no
fuck
reason.
these crackers up.
I'm like they're terrified.
I
of
wish
these
it
blind
wasn't on Apple TV because I refuse to pay money to Apple.
My wife gets it with her phone, so we also watched that video game show with a guy from
Do they get it free with their phones? Like Apple
They're
products?
all Apple users.
I don't know. I don't have an Apple phone. I don't know if it's free. It's hers.
Probably not. It's probably like
Maybe.
a promo for.
What if my daughter has it?
But yeah, but that's my focus thing. It's I don't understand how these people with sight are scared of the blind people and also keep getting fucked up by them. I just don't. I don't get it. I'm like, and it was funny because like me and my wife were sitting there,
bitch,
and we're sitting there smoking a joint, watching the show the other night. I was like, this is kind of. She's like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Why are they getting ass kicked by these blind people? And it's like one-on-one fights and shit. I'm like, I don't get what's going on here.
Although you saw Rogue, you didn't see Rogue One, Teddy.
Oh, I've seen the Donnie Yen fight scene in the Zatoichi where he fucking
where he's the blind dude.
yeah, I've seen that. It's a good show, cool concept. There's are there tits in it? Oh, I can't remember if the tits in it or not.
What does it matter if nobody can
Probably
see them?
Jason Momoa's tits are in it.
If everybody's blind,
I've been watching on Netflix. I've also been watching the Roman shit about the history thing. And there's a lot of tits in it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the Roman one is super
It's
super
full of
titty.
tits,
Yeah.
Super titty.
Super titty.
Yeah.
check it out.
Well, ooh, that's our show. Go fuck yourself, blind people.
Wow. Oh shit.
Just from the show.
Good
not
thing
in real
nobody
life.
watches it.
Lead to
Just from the
follow.
show.
Lead to follow.
That's our show. We're gonna be here every Thursday because fuck Wednesday at 10 p.m. Central. Whenever Oracle wakes up, make sure you join the conversation at Red Report or Facebook.com/Red Report. You can not Twitterless.
Fuck Elon Musk.
Well, if they're letting Trump back on, they gotta let Schleegbach back on.
Actually, Trump was like, nah.
Oh, really?
Didn't he say no? Yeah, he said no to Twitter. He's going back on Facebook, but he said no to Twitter.
Why don't y'all get on why don't y'all get on his Pride thing and fuck people in there?
I ain't got the time for that shit.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Like and shares and fuckers, we're down for whatever. I am Teddy.
I'm Oracle.
This is the Ashtray.
I'm Mystic.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
Yeah. Got that soul.